America. Up with it quickly, mash for short. Talking about Don Sutton, by the way. That's who Mr. Gottlieb is speaking of. My father, Don Sutton.
Line.
He made it clear.
All-time white guy afro too. Just want to point that out. It's just an absolute legend in this business and pitching, and in white guy afro fandom.
From a bottle, that afro came.
Oh, the permanent?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Not from above. Not from the man above. It came from a bottle. 48-42. Remember, this man drove us off the road, not me.
Listen, I played for Eddie Sutton. He used to have a perm. I was at Arkansas. I had a permanent. Wait, what's a permanent? A perm. Oh, I guess it is. That is what permanent is. Perm.
The house slides right through the setback right in the face. Robinson. And he can't grab the rebound. Back the other way it comes thanks to Holland.
Oh, he'll just go up with it. Well, we won't focus on that travel. I'm not sure it was a travel. Instead, we'll give him a little love. This is Isaiah Hill. Shot fake. In the lane. Playing off two. Reverse pivot. Doesn't have it. Slash. Dogs sub a touchdown.
It's perfect.
What if that comes to the house?
Assuming you get the house.
Play for it.
Oh, you're on.
Come on, baby, got this.
I'm not listen. What happened?
Time out. Don't play games when the competition is this fierce.
Use a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. It confirms your income, credit, and assets so sellers know that your offer is serious.
When you want to play to win, Rocket can. Rocket.
We all have skills we use on the job. Okay, that's skill.
But there's one skill that's often overlooked.
It helps people feel recognized for the difference they make.
Not what makes them different.
Could you elaborate a little bit more on what you just said? Take your time.
Best of all, it's a skill we're all capable of.
Empathy makes better work for all.
When Subway opened, they changed the fast food game. But sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh. We got the... Wait, that's new.
Because we're refreshing the refresh.
What? Refresh.
There's the new honey mustard chicken, the Subway Club, and the new Baja turkey avocado with...
New Baja Chipotle sauce?
Yep. They're constantly refreshing with better ingredients, better footlongs, and better spokespeople.
It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway, and they're gonna keep refreshing and
Getting the incredible iPhone 13 sense is playing hide and seek.
Ready or not, here I come!
In the desert.
Really, guys?
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. And now, when you switch, you can get iPhone 13 on us on every plan.
You're not gonna fit in that hole.
Don't look any further. Unlock the full power of iPhone 13 on us at T-Mobile, the network with more 5G bars in more places.
March 9th through the 12th, the Big East tournament tips off on Fox and FS1, who will rise up and take the crown at the world's most famous arena. All the action on Fox, FS1, and the Fox Sports app.
So great to have UConn not only back in the Big East, but back towards the top of the Big East, because that makes the Garden is already an amazing place during the Big East tournament. But, you know, you have some of these newbies, the Creightons of the world, they've done well, and Xavier's. Now you get the real old Big East. We get all these New Yorkers coming in. You know, they hop off the train at Penn Station, they walk upstairs, they get a couple of cold pops, and they cheer on the ball all day. I mean, the dream scenario is Providence, who won the league, but remember, didn't play 3 of the games. Okay, so you got Providence, who won the league. They got great fans to come down the Garden. Ranked as high as 8th this season. Ed Cooley in his hometown winning a Big East title. You got Nova, who has dominated that league since it reformed itself. You got UConn, who's back, who they want another shot at Providence because they only played them once and they didn't have Snogo when they played. And then you need who that 4th team is going to be. If you have a perfect semifinal Friday night at MSG.
A step back, spin move, House, thing of beauty in the paint.
I think they're done with Nembhard out for the year, their starting point guard. Xavier obviously struggling. DePaul is DePaul. Work in progress in year one.
Jalen's got 12 points, by the way, Jalen House. 4 of 8 from the floor.
Stay.
Freshman, tough defensive assignment. Wow. Pass, then that.
Well, that's where Isaiah Hill, he was ready to shoot. It's almost like in his mind the whole time he turned down a couple of jump shots in transition where he traveled before the timeout and on that shot fake. And that time he was shot ready, feet ready, hands ready, up, no hesitation. And that's a big shot for the Dogs. This thing was getting close.
Jumps it under the Swede. Mashburn and House trying to carry this team, and they're doing it. They're hanging around. That's 13 for Jamal.
Well, let me show you the other side there. I mentioned Isaiah Hill. Here the ball goes inside and smartly playing on that left shoulder where Orlando Robinson wants to go, but Robinson passes that thing out to Isaiah Hill. Jalen House lost his man. Hill makes him pay.
Second half has Eddie House. Young Jalen, his son, with 7 points. Yeah, was such a big-time scorer. His number hangs from the rafters in Tempe, Arizona.
New Mexico foul number 3. Enforcing third personal foul.
Forcing third personal foul.
I played with Fred Janssen, a great Swedish player at Oklahoma State. Played overseas a ton. Horsling's a guy that he has really smartened up in the second half, playing that left shoulder.
That's a tough assignment against one of the best players in the league, and he's been up to the task. Big-time offensive rebounder, too. He can grab it that time. Great position in front of him by Orlando.
I think he got the start in the second half. I mean, just showing Richard Pitino, watching how well he's playing and how he can affect the game. Just sit on that left shoulder.
He had some help behind, didn't he? Coming in, blocking the shot, Johnson. Now Johnson will launch a three. It's off the mark. Offensive rebound.
There's the offensive rebound you talk about.
He scored more O boards than D boards this year. Forsling plays about 13 minutes a game. There's a break. And a chance to go to the line.
So you run up and down against this team, you get to playing free, and they get their confidence back. And this is where Jamal Mashburn Jr. is so smart. Right, I'm not hitting my shot, I'm going to start driving. But look at the defense. Forsling, okay, I'm playing on that left shoulder. Plus he gets the help from the weak side with the block shot. And then down at the other end, Jamal Mashburn Jr. Not making my jump shot, although he made one pull-up in the second half. I'm going to get back to the free throw line and get an and-one.
Last time it was this close, 16:30 on the clock to open this game. It was 9-6.
And honestly, this is a little bit what's happened to Fresno is a little bit of what happened to New Mexico when they lost to San Jose. Like, look, San Jose State shoots a ton of threes. If you just let them run up and down and play free, there's going to be a game in which they throw it in, and that's what happened. Well, for Fresno, you had a double-digit lead. Everybody took some turns. Now they've started to shore up their defense against Orlando Robinson. We got ourselves a 2-point game.
Wow. Unable to close, a little bit high, and a traveling violation, trying to get it into the hands of Mia, and he came up empty, the 7'1" sophomore.
And that's not Mia's fault. That's Hill's fault, Isaiah Hill. He had Mia wide open. He tried to throw it to the rim. He's just not there yet. And even if he is, you have to lay it just so that all he has to do is catch it and finish it.
Scoring drought, 2.5 minutes for the Bulldogs. House slices to the bucket. Beautiful backdoor. And a wonderful pass, K.J. Jenkins, who found it.
And how about Jalen House and the energy of the Lobos?
Strong, House, energetic, trying to carry this team to a road upset.
mission. Stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Barbie really wants this dream house, and Barbie found out about it from Rocket Homes.
She did?
Well, it's a super competitive market. Everyone wants to buy the dream house.
Better offer Betty, cash offer Carl. Oh no.
Don't worry, she has a verified approval that lets sellers know she's backed by Rocket Mortgage. So Barbie wins.
But we need a house. You could buy Castle Grayskull.
Find and finance your dream house with Rocket Homes and Rocket Mortgage.
We all have skills we use on the job. Okay, that skill.
But there's one skill that's often overlooked.
It helps people feel recognized for the difference they make.
Not what makes them different.
Could you elaborate a little bit more on what you just said? Take your time.
Best of all, it's a skill we're all capable of.
Empathy makes better work for all.
Back in Fresno, California with Darren Sutton, I'm Doug Gottlieb. I want you, Darren, to keep an eye on 25 in the white. That's Anthony Holland. Look, he gets caught watching the ball. When that ball goes opposite him, he has to slide over and get to what's called the midline. Right? And Fresno gets caught up, kind of hugging up on Jalen House. There's no one in help, and you got to credit Richard Pitino calling the back door by bringing the entire offense up out of the lane, up above the free throw line area, so that there's no one home to help on the diminutive guard going back door.
We were talking about it, during halftime. These two, House and Mashburn, had 12 total points. They now have combined for 30 total points, 18 in about 7.5 minutes off the clock.
And Fresno's and New Mexico's done a much better job of guarding Orlando Robinson in the second half as well. So playing better on offense. Mashburn got it started with some drives to the basket, a couple and ones. And then defensively, they've locked in on the Fresno Star.
See that scoring run clock at 7-0 right now. Nice job knocking that one away, trying to get it into Mia again. That's a couple of off-the-mark passes to the big fella. Trying to force that one into the corner.
Okay, so here's the rule, right? You're fronted and you have the ball. The defense is fronting and you have the ball at the top of the key or the slot. That's not a good pass. You throw it to the wing and they have the angle. We'll show it to you a little bit later. Trouble.
Mashburn again.
Trouble for Fresno.
They got the lead.
Got a little fever going.
Mashburn's got 18. House has 14.
7 at the half. You were ready to cut him at the half, Sut. You said take his scholarship. You told that to me. You said, hey, take his scholarship. I said, give him time. He's got buckets coming.
I'm a tough son of a gun. You know that.
Baby Monster Mash is putting the Monster Mash on the dogs. Jamal Mashburn Jr., 7 at the half. Darren Sutton wanted him out of here. I said, no, have some patience.
He can stay.
He has delivered.
When Subway opened, they changed the fast food game. But sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh. We got the... Wait, that's new.
Because we're refreshing the refresh.
What?
Refresh. There's the new honey mustard chicken, the Subway Club, and the new Baja turkey avocado with...
New Baja Chipotle sauce?
Yep. They're constantly refreshing with better ingredients, better footlongs, and better spokespeople.
It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway, and they're gonna keep refreshing and
Getting the incredible iPhone 13 without T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing hide and seek.
Ready or not, here I come!
In the desert.
Really, guys?
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. And now, when you switch, you can get iPhone 13 on us on every plan.
You're not gonna fit in that hole.
Don't look any further. Unlock the full power of iPhone 13 on us at T-Mobile, the network with more 5G bars in more places.
And a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio.
Get 5 boneless wings for $1 with any handcrafted burger. Only at Applebee's.
Oh, here it goes! Okay.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
You and me, partner. Center of town, high noon. Nope, Daisy's got last one lessons at noon. High 2 o'clock, that work? I got a spur fitting at 2 o'clock. How's about 3?
We don't need any more overscheduling, but we could all use more ways to save.
What about Tuesday?
I need you to see.
Celebrate every kiss that led to this one. Get 20 to 40% off engagement, wedding, and anniversary rings at Kay.
What was a 12-point lead is now a 2-point deficit. Here's why. This is a roll and replace. Freeze it right here. So Fresno State and Anthony Holland catches the ball up top. Mia, their young big guy, is inside. Rolled a little bit. Hey, he's fronted. So you have to throw that basketball to the wing. There's no angle for that pass. But they try and force it inside. Instead, it becomes another turnover, which becomes another bucket for Jamal Mashburn Jr. He's got 11 in the second half. And Fresno State, who desperately needs this win, if they have hopes of reaching the NCAA tournament or getting a quality seed in the Mountain West tournament, cannot lose this game at home to New Mexico. And, of course, we see San Diego State goes into Laramie and gets a win, I believe, solidifying themselves as an at-large team for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be a net bounce for them on the road. Wyoming coming in with the net at 39. San Diego State at 30, and you can see where these two teams are. Yes, for Fresno State, they may even take a hit even if they win this game in the net, let alone losing, which they can't do.
And of course, the Aztecs have the Dogs at home upcoming on Friday, and then they have Nevada on the road. 2 games they'll be a favorite in. It's their only matchup of the year against Fresno.
Wide open and taking advantage. Anthony Holland. Hill swung it back to him.
Got a little bit of man crush on Anthony.
Ash. Hot.
So he was 1 of 9, and now he's, what, 6 of 15?
6 of 15.
Okay. Well, that means he's made his last 5 shots. He got those 2 free throws at the end of the first half. Actually, 4 free throws in the first half. And then got a couple layups. And now he's hit 3 straight mid-range jump shots.
Although with 2 or more
defense. That's big-time defense from Jamal Mashburn Jr.
Into the corner. How in the world did he square up to take that shot? Jenkins with the miss, though. Racing, looking for the basketball. Head on a swivel, came up empty, though. Lobos by a point. 50-50, that one on the ground. Alternating possession. It's New Mexico basketball.
Well, this is a little bit better as Anthony Holland pops out and hits the big jump shot. But the Lobos got it rolling a little bit offensively, and all 3 of these last 3 pull-up jump shots from Jamal Mashburn Jr. have been starting in that left corner where he's now curling to the right elbow. Let's see, if you're Fresno, you got to consider doubling them on these handoff catches. There's the pin down, same handoff, same spot, same resume. You got to deny him the basketball, make him go back to her, or double that handoff. That's 4 in a row, exact same action.
22 points now for Jamal. 28 points, 29 earlier this year against Utah State. The whistle underneath.
I mean, he's just killing you on the exact same action. So they're running what's called a horn set, and then they're pinning down. Okay, so you pin down on the weak side, that's a down screen, and then you hand off to the center. And because of how Fresno plays ball screens, again, drop coverage, that means Orlando Robinson waits for you in the lane. He's getting that mid-range jump shot all day.
And Robinson with the miss. Forsling down, grabbing at his ankle.
No, bro, you got to play through it. He's been playing so well, you got to play through it.
He has been so effective in so many ways as he rolls to the bucket and House throws it away. Got to focus on Forsling if we can for just a minute. He's at the quietest yet most impactful 2 points in 18 minutes that a man can have.
Because Orlando Robinson can't score on him. Now they got to take him out. Rolled that ankle a little bit.
Robinson's missed his last 4 field goal attempts.
Now you're fine. Like, you shake it out, you're fine. Go tell Coach you're fine. Go tell him. Walk back down, say, Coach, I'm good. He's got 4 personal fouls. Plus, he's got that pink cheek thing. That's how you know he's tired.
Well off the mark.
So now Fresno's taking bad shots. Get back into your offense. Get the ball to number 5 in the red.
House behind the back, wheeling and dealing. Nothing is there. Robinson in front of him. Under 9. Mashburn does not get the roll. Had to earn that one. No center out there to set a pick for him.
Now you got to play that left shoulder.
Scoreless in their last 3 minutes. Fresno State. Still 6 of 13 from the floor in the second half, shooting 46%. Nothing there for House. Jalen. Short.
If I'm Richard Pitino, I'm emphatic about getting number 5 the basketball. He's missed 1 shot in the second half. Wow, Jalen House with a steal.
And House takes it all the way up with it quickly. He has Velcro-like defender. He will stick with his assignment. Got a chance I did to see it at ASU in limited playing time. He is a whirlwind defender. Just 6 points in nearly 10 minutes for the Bulldogs. And the drought continues. Jalen again. Holds on to the basketball.
How about that?
Swatted. No call there.
And look at Richard Pitino. He knows exactly what he wants.
That one given away. Mashburn was waiting for the basketball. Jenkins with a turnover. See if the home squad can restore order right now. This is the man to do it.
Well, we mentioned Jamal Mashburn in the offense, but Jalen House, the quick hands, the activity, and then you see the big guy, get it up quick, finish. Lobos on top by 5.
And a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio.
Get 5 boneless wings for $1 with any handcrafted burger. Only at Applebee's.
Oh, here it goes. Okay.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Move over, KFC. It's KFC tenders. And the same creamy mac and cheese, crispy fries, buttery biscuits, and delicious sauces. The KFC 8-piece tenders meal. Get free delivery on the KFC app. It's finger-licking good.
We love our new apartment,
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
but there's not much privacy. At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Why is it so funny?
You take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chatting, boys. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Not so tough, but nice, keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. around, please use caution.
Nathan Drake.
Not again.
Treasure hunting. Dirty business.
Mr. Drake, car's ready.
Thanks. See ya.
Introducing Nathan Drake and the Adventure Ready Tucson. See them both in Uncharted.
That man, a legend, 974 career points. That was in 2 years, though, by the way. Paul George, until Indiana made him a first-round pick, 10th overall in 2010. They love him here.
Now, Paul George, who was a fairly lightly recruited prospect, for coming here and playing for the Dogs, played the power forward spot, matched up against a guy who's now his teammate. That's Riverside against Lancaster. Lancaster on the way to Fresno from Los Angeles, about an hour north of LA. Two pretty good basketball players, huh? And how about the Clippers? How well they're playing without their 2 stars. Lakers have LeBron, can't beat anybody, yelling back at their, talking trash back to their fans. Clippers, they're just out there hooping and winning without their 2 stars.
Same building.
Same building.
Different story.
Clippers are building a building in Inglewood. Inglewood, of course, the former home of the Lakers. That tide can turn in a hurry.
So, Mr. Holland's teammate, Robinson, Orlando, just 2 points in the second half, 1 of 5. House and Mashburn combined 26 points in the second half. And when those two score, and they score in bunches, within conference, it's a win. Still can't get it to go. There is the follow. Maybe this is what gets them rolling in the right direction.
That's a big bucket. Now they're picking back up into their full court pressure.
Mashburn and House combined for 38 points as they bring it up. They combined for 40 or more. Their team in conference is 4-1. Incredible effort by Mashburn, trying to sneak it under.
Yeah, he got caught kind of in between. Do I go up on the strong side or do I go up on the weak side? And Robinson just closes enough space, got nowhere to go. And New Mexico doesn't have anyone in that weak side corner. They're just trying to see if the ball hit the rim, because that would be a shot clock reset. And you see Richard Pitino yelling at Javonte Johnson, or Javonte Johnson was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's why there was no space for Jamal Mashburn. See, Javonte Johnson is supposed to be in that weak side corner for Jamal Mashburn to pass out to. Instead, he's crashing, and there's just too many people in the lane. I'd be interested. Don't you go back to Forsling? Forsling gave you so much more defensively because of his size.
Yes, and yes. It was evident.
Well, so there's the rim grab.
Yep, there you go. I got it.
So a rim grab is an automatic technical foul. Not allowed to grab the rim. Not allowed to grab the net. But the ball didn't, even though the ball did not hit the rim or the net. I don't think Richard knows that the rim was grabbed.
One final thought on the two great players here in the second half, Mashburn and House. When they combine to score less than 40 points in conference play, their team is 0-10.
By the way, that's Vern Harris looking at the replay.
Oh, boy.
Seeing the rim grab. And Vern, of course, a Final Four official.
The question is, can you go in to investigate and come back
with something you missed? I don't believe you can. They're actually looking for a shot clock violation. But they go through protocols as to what they have to look for and what they can figure out. And just so you know, normally we'd be courtside and we'd be able to call over Tony Padilla and say, Tony, what's the story here? What's the ruling? But because of COVID protocols, we are on the roof. Not figuratively, literally on the roof calling this game.
But glad to be here. Very glad to be here. I get to spend an evening with you. I get to watch Robinson. I get to watch House. I get to watch Mashburn. All right, so still determining. So Fresno basketball.
The ball did hit the rim. And nobody had the basketball, so they go alternating possession. And that goes to Fresno, but they can't go back and give a goaltending violation.
6-minute mark. Lobos 3. Does this man throw his team on his shoulders? So some good help from House there. Collision, a couple of players.
Jay Allen Tovar with a big-time tap out.
Wow, House again. 61-56. There's the 40 points combined for the two.
So this is a big play. Jay Allen Tovar, first he defends well against Orlando Robinson, then watching the rebound. He's falling down. He just taps it out to a teammate. He's got two guys around him. That saves the possession for the Lobos, and then Jalen House just steps into a mid-range jump shot. And what was a 3-point lead is now 5.
Huge three. Orlando from distance.
Competitive kid. Wants the ball, wants the big shot.
His first triple of the game. He's got 21 points, 7 boards. Down 2. Allen and Mashburn both up top. House fires it over his shoulder, finds Jenkins, who makes him pay.
K.J. Jenkins with that quick release. The Lobos continue. A surprise of the night. Up 4 in Fresno.
Oh, here it go. Okay.
Royal Caribbean.
The KFC chicken sandwich is only served one way. Straight from the fryer, piping hot, and Kentucky Fried to order. If you don't like it this way, you'll have to go somewhere else. KFC, it's finger licking good.
He stands 7 feet tall, but he has attempted a 3-point bucket 75 times this year. And this one may be his biggest if his team comes back, Orlando Robinson.
Yeah, they've struggled to score. He struggled to score in the second half. So why go down there with those big uglies? Let me step outside and splash a 3. But they're still down 4, and they're struggling with this guard combo as K.J. Jenkins just stepped into one as well.
With Forsling on the floor, we spoke of the very tall and talented Sebastian Forsling from Sweden, 7-footer. When he's been on the floor in the second half, Robinson has been scoreless. No points with Forsling on, working on him defensively. I don't know that that's a rock solid number, but I don't think it's a coincidence otherwise as well. I think he did a nice job.
He did a very good job, and if anything, all that size, seemed to kill. Orlando Robinson was rolling the first half, and they were struggling to guard him. Forsling started the second half and really kept him off balance, bodied him, made him use his right shoulder instead of his left, and he was kind of non-existent. So much so that Justin Hudson took him out for a good stretch of time.
Forsling will not come back in. As a matter of fact, he has his long sleeve shirt on right now. He had tweaked his ankle a bit.
Well, I didn't know he's not going to come back. He's got 4, not 5. Got to stay warm over there.
Let's get him in then. Sutton, Gottlieb in the Valley. San Joaquin Valley in Fresno. See how quickly he comes back in. Under 5 to go now. There is House again. All the way.
Good Campbell.
Huge play by Campbell.
He blocked that with 2 hands. What a block. A great steal by House. Matched defensively by the talented Jordan Campbell.
Robinson. 2B underneath.
I think you got to get Forsling back in the game. Alan Tovar is a good player. But that's a grown man down low.
2-point lead. Thought about it. But instead, KJ swings it over to House. Big pressure on Mashburn there. A wall in front of him. Built by Campbell. House off the mark. Flies to the hoop to try and grab the basketball. And it's knocked out of bounds. Defense on defense, Dougie.
It is. Jalen House with a steal, but watch Jordan Campbell, the freak athlete. Not 1, 2 hands. Get down. Dogs. Lobos. Come on back to the Valley.
Oh, here it go. Okay.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
When it's game time, everyone's got a favorite number. Whichever number you go with, you'll get free delivery on Sunday, February 13th, when you order with Jersey Mike's app. Jersey.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental Mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
You know, we humans have come a long way on our journey. Our first language wasn't exactly, a language. Our first vehicles weren't the fastest. Our first phones weren't smart. Text mom winky face emoji. And the first electric vehicles weren't, let's just say they look nothing like the first ever Ioniq 5. Two-way charging, 300-mile range. The point is, it's been a long journey, but worth it. Evolve your journey. The fully electric Hyundai Ioniq 5.
Hey, I get it. Commitment can be scary, but not when you're saving up to 15% with Subscribe and Save at Amazon. You get free repeat delivery on your favorite items. And if things don't work out, you can always cancel. Seriously, no one would judge you if you call it off.
Okay. Learn all the ways to save with Amazon.
Doug Gottlieb, Darren Sutton. The Mountain West has not disappointed tonight in this late night affair. And on the road, New Mexico has been strong, very strong. This a moment ago.
Jordan Campbell signed with Oregon State. My brother recruited him, and he jumped over my brother to dunk on his visit. And then you can't let Orlando Robinson get to that left shoulder. That's just not good enough from J. Allen Tovar, who's a good player, but he's really struggled guarding number 10, the white. Got to sit in that left shoulder and just body up and wall up. But Orlando Robinson, team floundering, he steps up and hits a three, and then that shot fake when he turns over to that left shoulder and puts it in.
So let's see with Forsling back in, because he comes back into the game, what he can do defensively against Robinson. Maybe the biggest minutes in this young man's career to this point.
No question. He's not only shown that he has the size, offensively can handle himself, and then He's got the brains to know, look, he scored everything over that left shoulder. I got to limit it. Well, elbow ISO for him. He's coming back. He keeps coming back to that right hand over the left shoulder. That's smart by Justin Hudson. You're going to run ISO for him against the bigger body, run it out on the floor, don't post up. When he has Tovar on him, now all of a sudden you post him up because Tovar is more of a slimmer body.
Scored the last 9 points, Robinson, for his team. The last 9. 63-63. And a chance to go to the line for Mashburn. Whistle that time, Campbell.
So this is the old elbow ISO. Get him into the elbow. Everybody space out. Gives him the chance to get back to his right hand. That's obviously not where Frostling, where he's not at his best defensively, but you got to know he's coming back over the left shoulder every single time. Wow. Jamal Mashburn Jr. missed that free throw. You're just joining us. Mashburn struggled in the first half, took over in the second half. It's his first missed free throw.
Puts his team on top by a point.
I'm going back to Orlando Robinson off the block. I don't want him catching that ball at the block.
He works against the freshman. It's a fun matchup to watch right now. Shannon tries to sneak in and take it away. Leaves his man wide open on the other side. That man turns it into 2. House took a chance. Hill took advantage. And Isaiah Hill has 10 points. Robinson, by the way, 25 points, 8 rebounds. Smash, bang. Most points since January 8th.
It's not COVID. He's got a basketball fever. 1 of 9 in the first half. He is 8 of 19. You do the math.
Jalen trying to double again. Again leaves that man open. And again they make him pay. House spending a ton of time, as he should, trying to help out the freshman. But that has allowed Isaiah Hill to step up.
He was a little hesitant early in the game on his jump shot, but he hit that one early in the second half, and you can see Isaiah Hill. He is a closer for Fresno.
He's got 13. Mashburn.
Oh. He's a bucket.
We're tied at 68.
All right, catch your breath. Let's show you everything.
You ready for this?
You ready? You're ready? Here we go.
A lot for you to break down.
Right, let's start with first Hill. Shot fake. Keeps his eyes up and finishes. Jalen House, great effort, but can't recover in time. Then Jamal Mashburn Jr. Mid-range game. They said it's dead. Nope. Like the Undertaker, still very much alive. And then back to Hill, who hits another 3. And the bench going crazy. Sent him on the Greyhound back to ABQ. No, I stood by him. I said, this kid, don't worry, second half player. Kidding, of course, Sut. He has been phenomenal in half number 2.
I'm a front runner. 68-68. 2 off his career high, by the way, of 29, Mashburn.
Coming back, make him go to his left. Make him stay left.
Hangs with him that time. He has been so hot, but a miss. And the freshman with the rebound.
Hard shot. Now they'll probably get back to that horn set at some point in time, trying to get Jamal Mashburn coming to his right off a ball string.
Mashburn slides through against Robinson. Adjusts his shot. Nearly followed. Flying high through the air, Johnson.
Didn't need it. Had time in the shot clock. Didn't get what you want. Get the ball moving. Second touch, you attack.
1 minute to go in this one. The two big fellas a long ways away from the bucket. And a triple! This is his team, Orlando Robinson. House against that height. Is there anything there? Nothing there.
Forcing it.
Two back-to-back 4 shots.
And both into Orlando Robinson's big hands. And Orlando Robinson, you want to stay out on the perimeter. Now that you hit a 3, you can hit it. You can shot fake on the catch and beat the big man off the bounce.
What an incredible triple for that big
ball
fella.
slipped out of his hands. He might have double dribbled. Pick, pop.
Short. Down 3. Mashburn up with it. And a whistle.
And they're going to call that one on the ground, and Richard Pitino not happy. I do think it's the right call. Jamal Mashburn could have seen it coming and stopped and shot it.
They tried to get him as early as they could. What a finish.
That was close. That was close. Now that's only the... I don't think they're in the bonus. That's only the 6th team foul. So they'll have time for an inbounds play.
Switch to Tax Act and start for free.
Welcome to the studio, Kevin Nagani alongside Seth Greenberg and LaFox Ellis. We are 13 days away from Selection Sunday. We'll have our brackets out. And of course, there's a lot of build-up before that. A lot of basketball, including Super Tuesday with a handful of matchups.
But we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Orlando Robinson taking over this game. The pick, the pop, the jump shot. Wow. And then the defense.
4 shots, certainly, and you understand the responsibility they...
Jalen House is an option, and Jamal Mashburn Jr. is an option. Now, you got Mash taking the ball in bounds, which means you're probably going to try and get a quick one back to him. And Justin Hudson calls that timeout. 4.2, there's plenty of time to get the ball back to Mashburn.
Robinson with a double-double, his 8th of the year and his first in his last 5 games. 28 points and 10 rebounds.
If it's me, whoever's guarding Forsland is going to be the floater. You almost leave Forsland and say, you're gonna help. If you give up a layup on the inbounds, we'll deal with it. It'll take up a couple seconds, and all we got to do is get it in and get fouled.
That man was so quiet, Doug, in the first half. Not anymore.
Like a church mouse in the first half, like a lion in the second half. And Jamal Mashburn Jr., he got it going, I thought, with the free throws in the first half, then a couple of drives, and now all of a sudden running a fever. And that ball just started falling in. This was a 12-point lead in the first half for Fresno State. And it felt worse than that. It felt like 18 or 20, especially with Mashburn not hitting shots. But he got it going, got his team back in front. They had a 5-point lead, now a 3-point deficit. That's a full day.
Wow. And almost all of it in the second half. Another option could be Tovar. Should it end up in his hands, he shoots 47% from 3 in conference.
So this is called an ATO, after a timeout play. And Richard Pitino, he's been in a gym his whole life, right? His dad at Providence College was the first one really to embrace the 3-point shot, brought it to the Knicks as well. Fascinated to see what he runs here. Oh, look for that weak side skip pass.
Big fella has it, puts it right in the hands of Mashburn. It's firm off the back of the iron, and it's a miss.
Good shot, good play. Leaves it long, doesn't choke it, and Orlando Robinson absolutely saves the day. I got to point out, Jordan Campbell's block was huge, and Orlando Robinson's offense